Hey, hello there guys, my name is Vannaka and welcome to this video. Today I want to talk about something different. I would like to discuss the topic, agility in free-to-play. What would happen if this was actually the case? Before we begin though, I want to make clear that I'm not asking for agility to actually become free-to-play. I know it's a very controversial subject because some people would really like to see it become free-to-play and others don't. So let's simply theorize about it for fun. In this video I will discuss the following subjects. Why this video in the first place? The controversy about free-to-play agility, because some people really want to see it and others don't. Why free-to-play agility makes sense, because it actually does. Free-to-play agility rooftops, a list of free-to-play agility shortcuts and some new ones, and then my final judgment. Okay, so why did I make this video in the first place? Well, on the 20th of February 2019, 𝗪𝗶𝗺𝗁 mentioned during a Q&A livestream that if one member's skill should become free-to-play, it would be agility. And this is because he feels like it would resolve a lot of run energy issues for low-level accounts in free-to-play. Now I saw this as an opportunity to dive into the subject more to see if it could actually or should actually happen. Alright, I want to start with the controversy about free-to-play agility because I know there are thousands of opinions about this subject. So let me give you a few reasons why people would be against it. Number one, if too much member content becomes free-to-play, RuneScape will die. And I understand why people say this. Free-to-play is free for a reason, in the first place meant to get a taste of the game and to become member to get the full experience eventually. If free-to-play gets too much content, maybe less people decide to become a member and this will lead into less income for Jagex. And that is a problem, because Jagex needs the money to keep this game alive. Second, free-to-play becomes easier and a lot of free-to-play players don't like this. Maybe you don't realize it, but maxing your skills in free-to-play takes a lot longer compared to member worlds. If agility would become free-to-play, it would make many skills easier to train, so hard achievements won't feel as difficult as before. A good example is runecrafting. It currently takes about 2,000 hours to get level 99 on a free-to-play Iron Man. Yeah, I know, people actually do that. But with 99 agility, this would take about a few hundred hours less. It still takes incredibly long, but it's a hell of a difference. And third, free-to-play players want to keep their world untouched. I have been playing in free-to-play for hundreds of hours in the past few months, and because of that, I now know how some of the hardcore free-to-play players think. They are happy with free-to-play as it is, the simplicity, consistency. They feel like if free-to-play changes too much, it loses the nostalgic touch, which I do understand. So now that we've talked about some controversial points, I want to explain you how agility kind of makes sense to be a free-to-play skill. I was thinking, actually agility is already partially free-to-play. One example is the intro of this video. Some obstacles are considered as agility shortcuts and others are not, and this feels pretty weird to be honest because in the example you can clearly see my character using his agility to climb over the obstacle. Another way to explain, and probably the most important one, is that member accounts that have trained agility can partially benefit from this in a free-to-play world. Let me explain what I mean. Agility works like this. The higher your agility level, the faster your run energy restores. For example, people with level 1 agility have to wait about 12 minutes to recharge their run energy from 0 to 100. At level 50 agility, this is reduced by 50%, making it only 6 minutes. This effect stays even if the player goes to a free-to-play world, which gives members a small advantage in free-to-play worlds. Now there are not many ways to abuse this advantage, but if you fight someone in 𝗔𝗶𝗶𝗹𝗿 that has 99 agility, he will have more stamina than you do and a better chance of survival in case he needs to run, and that's kinda weird. So with all this in the back of my head, I do feel like that it makes sense for agility to be free-to-play. But of course there's much more that the skill will affect in free-to-play, so we have to go through that before we can judge. Let's say something crazy. What if agility actually was free-to-play? How are players supposed to train then? Well, one of the easy solutions is to make all the rooftops in free-to-play accessible to the players. Easily implemented, right? We got Drainer, 𝗪𝗵𝗁, 𝗲𝗁, 𝗪𝗁. But we forget level 1 to 10 agility. That is trained at the gnome course, which is a member area. To solve this problem, I would say, why don't we transform the Lumbridge area into an agility rooftop? I mean, it would be pretty straightforward. You could go from Bob's axe store to the house with the range, from there to the graveyard with the coffin, and then to the church. And ta-da, rooftop created, piece of cake. but we do have to consider the consequences. If this happens, then the gnome training area will probably not be used anymore, and this is almost an ethical question. Should agility be made more accessible, even though this is at the cost of removing a bit of nostalgia? Perhaps there is this creative midway to keep the gnome area active, but still make it possible for free-to-play players to train agility. I don't know. Now, another thing, if rooftops did become free-to-play, there would also be this marks of grace problem. Should it be made free or not? Well, one of jagex their strategies is to make most content partially free-to-play, so people will be tempted to buy membership to get the full experience. This could be done with marks of grace too. Rework the reward shop a little bit and give free-to-play players only access to a few rewards, or just keep the marks for members only. This is probably the most interesting part of the video. I mean, energy restoration is fun, but how about some juicy agility shortcuts? I want to go through the whole list of shortcuts located in free-to-play areas and if this changes a free-to-play meta or not. I will also add in a few of my own new shortcut ideas because it's just incredibly fun to create new content. Level 1, 𝗪𝗵𝗶𝗁𝗁 and 𝗪𝗁𝗪 style. These are from the example at the beginning of the video. They are already free to play but not considered as actual agility shortcuts. This could be changed. Level 15, the Corsair Cove Dungeon Pillar Jump. After completion of Dragon Slayer, you can use this shortcut to jump to the resource area and mine some stuff or kill ogresses there. Level 21, the Grand Exchange shortcut. Use the underwall tunnel to go from Edgeville to the GE or the other way around. Maybe this is useful to PKers. Level 26, the 𝗪𝗁𝗪 Southwest Underwall Tunnel. You can use the underwall tunnel to go from 𝗪𝗁𝗪 to Rimington, close to the Crafting Guild. Now this is kind of a meta alert, because I know that many free-to-play Iron Men use the Crafting Guild to get their supplies there for crafting. It is closer to a bank than walking manually, so it will save you time. However, if you have law runes to teleport to 𝗪𝗁𝗪, it will still be faster than walking. Also, many people use the other route on purpose because they train their rune crafting at the same time, because the altar is on their way, so this shortcut should be a nice midway solution. Level 31, Draenor Manor Stones to the Champions Guild. You can use these stepping stones to cross the river like I showed you at the beginning of the video that is members only. But honestly guys, this one would be pretty amazing. It wouldn't really change any meta, but it is incredibly useful to complete beginner clue scrolls with this. Sometimes you need to go to the cow pen north of 𝗪𝗪𝗁 or to the Draenor Manor, and in combination with a Chronicle teleport, this would be a pretty cool method to do and still wouldn't affect the game that much. Level 38, Alcarid Mining Pit Cliffside. To be honest, this one is pretty useless. It wouldn't really change anything if that became free to play, so I'm not going to talk about it. Level 42, the Dwarven Mine. Now the Dwarven Mine shortcut could be useful for players that use Superheat as a free to play player. They can travel to the anvil quicker and save some time. And this may possibly change a meta for Iron Man, but I think the real expert should look into this one because I don't know. Then also at level 42 is the Draenor Tunnel. But this one should not become free to play simply because of the fact that you need to complete the 𝗪𝗪𝗁 and Draenor diaries to access it. It's a legit reason to keep it a member shortcut, to be honest. Level 51, the Pipe Squeeze and Edgeville dungeon. So let's visit Vannaka for a second. Hey, that's me! It would be pretty amazing to be able to use this shortcut to get to the Moss Giants quicker or collect red spider eggs. I still believe this shortcut is a pretty harmless one because it wouldn't change the game that much. Level 70, the Alcarid Palace. Even though you need a high level for this, it won't be of much use in free-to-play anyway. This shortcut is originally meant for members that use a glory teleport to go to the castle to give them quick access to the Shentai Pass. And then at level 82 we have the lava maze jump on the north side. And this one would be really cool for free-to-play, but you need to complete Willy Diaries for this, so it's not going to happen of course. If of course agility is going to happen in the first place. Alright, so we have now covered all the free-to-play located shortcuts. And if you think about it, it doesn't change the game too much, does it? I think it's all pretty harmless. I mean, just for fun, I've implemented some new shortcuts to free-to-play to make it a bit more juicy. At level 5, the 𝗪𝗪𝗁𝗪 Cow Pen. So if you were collecting cowhides to 10 in Alcarid, it would save you a little bit of time if you had a shortcut in the south instead of the gate in the west. But of course, it is not too special since this is only level 5. Level 18, Squeeze Through Fence in Draenor Manor. It is incredibly annoying to walk around the entire Draenor Manor to get in the backyard. Perhaps an agility shortcut would be able to solve this problem for completing clue scrolls, for example. Level 35, the Varrock Palace Squeeze Through Bear Cage. For lower level players that want to save some time to get to the Varrock sewers or kill the grizzly bear, this would be a very nice shortcut. You can compare it to the level 51 pipe at Vannaka, but a bit slower. At level 47, we have 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 docks and then jump over the fence. When fishing lobsters on 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃, you can jump over the fence to get to the docks quicker, and this will save you about 5 seconds. At level 58, Crandor climb rocks. For slightly quicker access to moss giants or mining spots on Crandor, you can use this shortcut. So now that we have talked about all this stuff, I think it is still very hard to decide whether agility should become free to play or not. Personally, I support new content and I feel like agility fits the free to play picture. I think if the skill was implemented, free to play would be more balanced and fun. But I do also understand that some people don't want to see this happen because they don't want it to change. But what I would like to know now is, what do you think about free to play agility? Do you agree with me or do you have a different opinion? Feel free to talk about it in the comment section down below, and also, if you have a suggestion for new free to play content, please tell me because I might make a video about it. That is going to be it for now. If you never want to miss a video, then feel free to subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much for watching and I will see you next time. Bye bye.